Come chop it up with me while I cook. And this is not your average cooking video because I ain't even gonna be talking about the damn food, because I'm going to put the recipe in the description. So anyways, y'all are just gonna watch me as I do it. But here's one thing that I do want to talk about. Well, not one thing, several things actually. But one, it's washing meat. This is such a taboo thing when it comes to the Black community because some people do it, some people don't. First and foremost, I want to bring your attention to the word washing. And I think this is what so many people have a problem with and why they don't do it. Because this is technically not washing your meat, it's rinsing. And I know that the Michelin star grade chefs and everybody else who's a professional chef is going to be like, you shouldn't do that anyway because you're going to spread bacteria. Do you see any bacteria being spread? No. You want to know why? Because I'm not actually washing my meat. I'm rinsing it. And this is just to get, for me, that like slime and that film that's sometimes on there, especially when you have like fresh chicken, you're going to still have a couple of feathers on there. So that is what this is for. It's to remove all of those little impurities that we don't want on our meat. We're not in there with a fucking garden hose spraying meat down all over our kitchen, because y'all always want to talk about, oh, well, it's going to spread bacteria. Y'all don't clean y'all kitchens when you're done? You don't clean your kitchens pre and post cooking? That's very telling. And that right there is why I don't eat at everybody's house. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is over seasoning food. Now, I do understand that palates are different amongst different ethnic groups and different people in general. However, it does not always take a lot of seasoning to get the flavor that you need with your food. What it takes is the right combination of seasonings, and not always just seasoning. Herbs are very important when it comes to cooking. So for me, and this is going to sound weird, I can actually smell what seasonings and herbs need to go together. I think it's a gift from God because I'm blessed and highly favored when it comes to having a palate or having a refined smell for combinations of seasonings or whatever the hell I'm trying to say. Another thing is vegetables. Why are y'all so scared of vegetables? I look at countless videos and recipes on Facebook and TikTok, and I hardly ever see vegetables mentioned. And that's why y'all big toes be about to fall off. That's why your cholesterol is through the damn roof. That's why you pre-diabetic. That's why your pee stinks. That's why you hardly ever take a shit, and when you do, it comes out like a fucking boulder. It's because y'all don't eat enough vegetables. Start incorporating vegetables and leafy greens into some of these recipes, and I might be more inclined to actually try them. And then y'all smother everything in butter. Like, y'all do understand that there are other things that you can cook with besides a pound of fucking butter in every goddamn recipe. My God. If I could just save one clogged artery a day, I think I'd be doing the world a good service. But anyways, instead of doing that, I'll just continue to make, little videos like this where I'm talking and chopping it up with you and giving y'all tips and tricks on how to be a better person. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. Your health is important, and we as Black people do not take our health seriously enough. Now, with that being said, let's move on to some benefits of bone broth, which is what I'm using here. I'm actually using the chicken bone broth. So bone broth is a nutrient-dense liquid that is rich in collagen, gelatin, and amino acids like glutamine and glycine. What does that mean for the everyday human? It means that it helps with improving gut health, aiding in hydration, and provides up to 8 to 10 grams of protein per cup to support muscle maintenance. So that helps with and could potentially protect against conditions like a leaky gut and digestive inflammation. It can also help to improve hydration because it's rich in electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Something else that's really neat about bone broth is that the amino acid glycine helps and supports better sleep quality by supporting the central nervous system. Now, you can always opt for the store-bought version of bone broth, but that usually has more sodium in it. So if you're looking to make your own, it's a pretty simple-ish process in recipe. But basically you just need the bones of high quality animals. So like your beef, chicken, turkey. You want to look for like the knuckles or chicken feet, because those are the ones that have the most collagen in them. You'll need an acid, so apple cider vinegar is really good for you. And then of course you'll need your aromatics or your vegetables, so your onions, your onions, carrots, celery, garlic, anything that's going to give it that flavor. And then of course water. You're gonna start by roasting the bones in a preheated oven that's on 425 for about 30 to 45 minutes. You're gonna combine everything in a pot, the bones, your aromatics, and then of course the water, and let everything sit for about 30 minutes. Now here's the thing, this is a process, so you're going to want to make sure that this simmers low and slow after it's come to a boil for about 24 to 48 hours. That's what's going to make sure it brings all of the flavor out. Once that's all done, of course, you're going to let everything cool, strain it, and then store it in either a jar or a bowl of your choosing. And then you have your very own homemade bone broth. I actually plan on making my own, so I'll do a video with that. So of course, make sure that you subscribe so that you can follow along. Now we're gonna get on these greens. So of course, if you don't know, collard greens are definitely a green powerhouse because they are packed with vitamins K, A, C, calcium, and of course fiber. What they help with is they help stabilize blood sugar, they promote bone health, and they support heart health, digestion, and they reduce inflammation. So I'm using a mix of collard greens and turnip greens. I'm not really keen on mustard greens. I think I've had them maybe 1 or 2 times, and they just aren't my thing. But anytime I do cook greens, it's usually always collards and turnips. Now, you can also add in like kale and spinach. I haven't tried doing those, mixing them in with my greens, but I probably will in the future. Now, one of the biggest reasons that I eat greens, besides the fact that they just taste good, is that they help improve vision, which macular degeneration runs in my family, which is just vision loss over time. That's one of the things that it helps to improve vision. So I love me some greens, baby. If I could eat greens for every meal, I probably would, but I don't, because then I know I would also get burned out on them. And the same thing with turnip greens. Turnip greens are also another green powerhouse that help bone health, immunity, heart function. They of course provide vitamin K the same way that they do, the same way that collard greens do. So that helps with bone density and prevents osteoporosis. Because it's loaded with vitamin C, you're always going to get your immunity support. Again, potassium for your heart health. Because it's high in water, it helps with digestion. I'm telling y'all, greens are really good, but it's all about the way that you prepare them as well. When you start adding in a bunch of things like sodium and butter and lard and other different types of fats, that's what takes away from it. Everything is good in moderation. It's all about moderation, and it's all about how you treat your greens. So this time around, because I had a food critic that I was also serving this to, who just so happens to be 2 years old, I didn't season them as heavy as I usually would, which I usually don't season them too heavy anyway. There's a green seasoning that I cannot, for the love of me, find in any stores that are around me. I'm gonna have to go online and try to find it. Anyway, sorry, had a little moment. But there's a seasoning that is literally called greens seasoning, and I use it on all my greens when I saute kale, especially spinach, because spinach gives me like that little nasty aftertaste. I can't stand like sauteed spinach sometimes. But hitting it with that green seasoning, it just makes everything so much better. And you don't have to use that much of it either. but it just makes it so good. Of course, in the Black community, we put smoked meats in our greens, which is fine, again, in moderation. But that also helps to bring out the flavor of the greens as well. Of course, a little salt and pepper always goes a long way. And I'm not one to yuck nobody's yum, but please stop eating these canned greens. Those are not good for you. And greens are easy to cook. It does not take much to cook them at all, I promise you. And they're cheap. Stop eating all this processed stuff and stuff that comes in a can and cook you a nice home cooked meal sometimes. Understand that sometimes, people don't always have the time or the means, but anytime you can, do. Okay? Now I'm gonna let y'all watch me enjoy this, and I will catch y'all on the next episode of Chopping It Up. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if there are any recipes that you want to see me cook, make sure that you drop down in the comments to let me know. Until next time, this is Callie signing off.
Can you win, Carter? Can you win, Carter?